color kids, this is Katie Carty-Hiley from RainbowBrite.net. Welcome back to the Rainbow Land Museum. And if you've been paying attention to my Facebook over the last few days, you know exactly why you're here today. And it is for the actual reviews of the brand new products that just came in from Hallmark. I say just came in because they came into my house. This is not actually available for purchase yet, but it will be soon, I promise. And I'll get to that more in a moment. But I'm going to start out with this girl because she's backwards. Because she's stinking adorable and I love everything about her and I want to gush. So yeah, this is the limited edition, limited quantity, online only, exclusive LaLa Orange itty bitty from Hallmark.com. She came out on November 1st, just after midnight Central Time. And it is now November 5th that I'm recording this in the early afternoon, and she is still available. So that either tells me she's not selling as fast as Shy Violet, which I doubt, or that they made more of her, which is what I actually think happened. I don't know either way, but since Shy Violet sold out in like 2.5 days, and then she did come back like a month later for another day, so maybe you could say 3.5 total she was available for. Still, there were a lot of people that missed out on her. They just somehow didn't get the memo. They didn't see. I don't know how it happened, but they missed out on her and they were really sad. And then they didn't want to have to pay eBay prices to get her because people were upcharging, etc. But she is still available. So I'm thinking maybe they took some notes from their last sale last year and said, hey, maybe we should make a few more of her because people love Rainbow Brite. Yes. Yes, they do. And there's a lot of fans that have been waiting a long time for LaLa Orange because she is a fan favorite. I mean, all of the color kids are. Everyone has their favorite. Well, I say everyone. I don't think I do. I'd have to really think about that. Like, Red Butler was my favorite when I was a kid. But I don't know if I would really say that I have one now. Anyway, a lot of people, this is their favorite color kid for various reasons. She's fabulous. Like, check out her hair. I love that it's got this swoop going on over here. It's stinking adorable. Love it. And she has the sparkliest bottom of all of the itty bitties. So I'm going to hold her up against OJ real quick since that's her sprite and they're finally together, you guys. Reunited and it feels so good. I had to say it. Yeah, so he came out way back in the beginning of when the Rainbow Brite itty bitties first started coming out. What's your date, dude? June of 2015. He's been out for over 2 years. And just now got his color kid. He's been so lonely. He's had his other sprite friends and some other kids to hang out with, but he wants LaLa. So now he's got her. But, okay, most of the itty bitties, they are shiny and sparkly. And I'm trying to get this to show up. But it's just one color, or trying to think how to even describe this. It's almost like there's a matte color and then there's dots of sparkle color on top of it that are basically the same color. So it's the dots that are sparkly. With her, it's the same thing, but the matte undercolor, I would say, is orange like him, but the sparkle dots are holographic rainbow. I don't know if this is going to pick up all the actual colors that it refracts, but it refracts all the colors. Oh, I hope you can see that because it's really pretty. Yeah, they are rainbow sparkles. They're not just orange sparkles like he's got, and I'm pretty certain I very briefly looked at all of my other itty bitties, and I'm pretty sure they are all one color. Or they shine one color, I guess you could say. But the fact that her sparkles are rainbow sparkles is amazing. And it fits with her so well. Because if you don't know, LaLa Orange is kind of the fashionista of the group. She's very much a girly girl. And she wears like these high heel shoes. And the shoes I don't think were ever necessarily shown to be sparkly. But if anyone were going to wear sparkly shoes, it would be LaLa Orange. So it totally makes sense to me that she has these fabulously sparkly shoes, so to speak. And her magnificent flowing hair. And I'll show you the back too so you can see how nice and long it is. And she's got her her belt strap that goes all the way around, and then the bottom of her dress. And okay, something else I love about her, all of the embroidery. Check this out. All of that. Her belt, her star, the outline of her dress, all of that. She even has a little stitched line on her arm or on her wrist. And also the star on top of her beret that she wears, also embroidered. And of course her eyes and her mouth, like all the rest. But with Shy Violet, we were a bit disappointed because her outfit was not embroidered. It was all just printed on, just like Stormy. She has the same thing where it's just printed fabric. And we were thinking, oh no, I guess the rest of them are just going to be like that. But they're not. At least she's not. And, you know, I had said at one point, we would be perfectly happy paying a bit more for, like, deluxe versions, so to speak, itty bitties, that had more detail or more embroidery or more flair, whatever. And this one is a little bit more expensive than all the other itty bitties, or Rainbow Brite itty bitties we've seen so far. She is $7.95 instead of $6.95, like all the rest have been. But she's not the only itty bitty that is $7.95. They have others on their website because they have other online exclusives. And I'm not sure if all the $7.95 ones are online exclusives, but I think the majority of them are. So they have ones from other properties like Star Trek, probably Star Wars, etc. So you can go check those out at your leisure. But for Rainbow Brite, this is the first one we've gotten that was more than $6.95. But like I had said previously, and still hold to that, perfectly happy to pay another $1 for her to be this amazing. Yeah. I love the embroidery so much. I love the hair, the detail, the star on the beret, the sparkles, the like super rainbow holographic sparkles, all of this. Yes. Just yes. She's fantastic. And she's got the gold emblem there, limited edition, LaLa Orange. And I think she was manufactured in August. Yep. August of 17. I actually have the Facebook address on here. Facebook.com/Rainbow Brite. I don't think that's what it used to say. Yeah, this one says Hallmark.com/ittybitties. And I don't have any of the other recent ones close by to compare to, but I'm pretty sure, I'll probably put it in the notes if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that she's the first one to say, for the link on her tag to say, wait a minute, what was I just looking at? I could have sworn I just saw something that said Facebook. Oh, I see, there's 2 links. Okay, I see what I did there. I see what I did there. It still does say that at the top of the tag, Hallmark.com/ittybitties, just like OJ. But at the bottom of the tag, it used to say, find more Rainbow Brite at feelin.com. This is when they were trying to market the reboot from a couple of years ago, the miniseries. But now it says Facebook.com/Rainbow Brite, which is much more interesting than what's going on Feelin', because there's nothing new going on Feelin'. It's just the miniseries that's been out for, that was 2014, right? So yeah, 3 years now. So if you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't, you probably don't care at this point. I mean, if you do and you don't know what I'm talking about, go to feelin.com, FEELN.com. What was it? /Rainbow Brite, I think. Oh, it just says feelin.com. You can search for Rainbow Brite, and it's got little trailers you can watch, and it is a paid service, kind of like Netflix, but less expensive. So if you want to watch the miniseries, you have to pay for it, but you can at least see the trailers and see what I'm talking about if you have no idea. I'm not going to get into that, though. I've done videos about the cartoon before, so I'm not going to go into another tirade. But I love her so much, and I'm glad that the tag now says to go to their Facebook page, because that's where they are putting all the latest news. When a new item comes out, that's where they announce it. If we haven't found it first, which does still happen on occasion. But yeah, you should go there and like their page if you haven't, so you'll get updates and notifications. So I think that's everything I wanted to say about LaLa Orange. If not, hopefully it'll come back to me before the end of the video. But, barring that, we're going to go into the DVD set. Okay. Like I said a couple of times already in other videos, live stream and otherwise, this is the first American Rainbow Brite DVD set with all 13 episodes on it. Like, official, I should say. There are bootlegs out there, but this is the first official release of all 13 Rainbow Brite original I want to put all the words in there, and it's hard. There's so many. First official release of all the original 80s, 13 Rainbow Brite episodes on DVD. I think I got all the keywords in there that are important. This is it. This is it. We've not ever had this before. We got one DVD that came with some dolls back in 2003, 2004 that had one episode on it. That doesn't count because it was just one episode. This is all of them, like it shows on the back. This is all 13 glorious episodes. This, let me think. Yeah, they announced it on their Facebook page, that facebook.com/Rainbow Brite, like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks. It's been a little while now that they first announced that this was coming. But there was some kind of delay, apparently, and it didn't get to stores as quickly as they had hoped. So it's still not available anywhere yet. But I'm still hoping it will be very soon. Last I heard, it should be, but I don't have any specifics. I don't know a date to tell you, but I'm sure it'll be there soon. Yeah, I'm sure it will be. It is listed on their website. It's just not for sale. It says out of stock, but it's just not up yet. On their site, though, it does say $9.95 as the price. On the back here, it says $12.95. So I'm guessing it's going to be $9.95, but I could be wrong. I'm not really sure. Or maybe they're going to be selling this in other venues than just Hallmark stores, and this is the price for the other stores. Again, no clue. I'm just spitballing here. Probably only going to be sold exclusively through Hallmark. The copyright is just Hallmark Licensing, LLC, which that's cool too, because as far as I know, that means they purchased the rights to the cartoon back from whoever had it before, which was like Cookie Jar or somebody else. It's changed hands a few times over the last decade or so, I guess. But none of those distributors or license holders or whatever they were, they never did anything with it. They just sat on it and hoped that some other company would come along and buy the license from them to produce a DVD set like this, but nobody ever did. But finally, Hallmark was like, hey, we actually see the value in this because we see all the fans begging for this over and over and over. Because literally, for years, the fans have been begging for this. Years. And it's finally here. So I'm super happy that Hallmark listened to the fans and that they did this. Thrilled to death to be holding it. This would just, like I said, this came directly from Hallmark because they wanted me to be able to review it, show it to you guys before it was out in stores. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just thrilled to death that it's here in my hand, that it exists in the world, it is now in my collection. Yay. But, there is a but. I'm not thrilled with the quality of this, and I'll tell you why. Okay, and let me show you the inside as well, since I've shown you the rest, in case you didn't see my live stream. And even if you did, this is the in-depth review, so I have to put all of this stuff in it. So that's what the discs look like. And there's nothing behind them. If you take them out, it's just black behind there. Okay. I like the artwork. I like the box. I like the discs. Nothing wrong with any of that. What I don't like is the quality of the actual videos. I made a list. Because, okay, I have all the DVDs from all the countries that I've ever been able to find. Which it's a lot, actually. I'll probably forget some, but there's Germany, Australia, the UK, Italy, France, Mexico. That might be all of them. I apologize if I forgot one. But I have all of those. So I was able to compare the quality and the file size and all that nonsense of these discs to those. So once you start doing that and diving deep into the data, so to speak, and just looking at it, you don't even have to look at the file size of a thing to know that there's a difference. You can just play one of them and then play the other one and pause it, and you can see that this one is more pixelated than the other. Okay, so what they did, and I don't know why, they used dual layer DVDs, which is good, but they did not take advantage of the full capacity of a double layer DVD. So a dual layer DVD lets you put more data on it. They hold more. So single layer, I think, is 4.7 gigs? Megs? Not megs. Gigs. Yeah, I think it's 4.7 gigs. And a dual layer is like twice that, basically. Dual, yeah. That again. So it's still one disc, but it can hold more information. But they barely put it over, like the only way I know that it's dual layer is because it's just slightly over the file size that a single layer DVD can hold. Otherwise, I would just think they were single layer, and that's why they were compressed, because they were trying to fit them on single layer. But they're dual layer! So why did they compress them so much? That's my question to Hallmark. Why? Why did you compress them so much when you didn't need to? Like, I get if you just wanted to have them on 2 discs, but you still could have had them on 2 discs and they not be as compressed as they are. So it's not about like resolution, you know, size like 720 by 480 or whatever. That's the same. It's just a matter of, I don't know the terminology, but it's pixelated. If you look at it and you compare it to others, I think you'll be able to see it's just a little more blurry, I guess is the best descriptor that I can come up with. It's not horrible. I'm not trying to say it looks like crap or anything. It doesn't. It's better than any VHS probably that you have laying around because those things don't age well. You know, VHSs, they get the lines going on the top and bottom or middle, and the tapes get weird and old and discolored, and so it's definitely an upgrade from what we've had for the past 30 years, but I wish it was a little better. So it is highly compressed, dual layer discs. Okay, the menu, I feel like they kind of phoned it in. The menu is just a list of the episodes, and that's it. There's like, it's a pretty picture. It's like basically this. It's her and Twink on one side with the rainbow background, and then there's the list of episodes, and you can choose which episode you want to watch. There's no music. There's no like extra features button. There is no language button. There is no subtitles button. There's no other button. It's just a list of episodes. So let me get into the subtitle thing because that's important here. There are subtitles and closed captioning on these discs. So A+ for that. They got that right. They are only in English, which I was a little surprised by since they have been selling a good bit of Rainbow Brite merchandise in Canada as well. And this is region free, so you can play it in any DVD player around the world. So I would have thought maybe they would at least have the French subtitles, but only English. So anyway, there's subtitles and closed captioning. So there's 3 like tracks. I don't know if that's really the word for it, but under like captioning, there's 3 options. There's just subtitles, which is just what you would expect. And then closed captioning is where it's like, if you've been watching the news and the sound's off, you know, it'll have like a black background and then the text over the black. That's what closed captioning looks like. So, and they have 2 options for it. They have it where it goes at the bottom of the screen, which is what I typically see. Then they have one where it's at the top of the screen. So maybe that works better for some people. I don't know why they chose to do both, but yay. So at least they got that right, because it does say closed captioning on the back, and I was going to be disappointed if it said that and then it wasn't actually. But, and this may just be my player, this may not happen to anyone else, but I have a Blu-ray player downstairs that I put these discs in, and the subtitles play automatically and I cannot turn them off. They're just there. Because like I said, on the menu, there's no option to say off, on, or which one. It's just on. And I don't have a remote control that has like a closed captioning button or a subtitle button. We tried all the buttons. We could not turn it off. We even went into like the DVDs or the Blu-ray player's settings. And it set up to where it said subtitles, it just said auto. It didn't have an off, on, it was just auto. So apparently the auto setting, at least in some players, is just on with these, which personally, I don't need them, so I don't like subtitles that get in the way of my enjoyment of watching a thing, which, I mean, I have other ones I can watch, so it's not the end of the world for me, but I'm hoping that that's just me. I'm hoping that doesn't happen to other people in other DVD and Blu-ray players. But let me know once you guys start getting them. I'm really curious if that is just my player or if that's going to happen to multiple people. Hopefully not. But if you put it in your computer which, you know, pretty much all computers now have a DVD drive. Well, some don't have an optical drive at all these days. They've just taken that away completely. But if your computer has a DVD drive, it will play in that. And at least with the programs I used VLC and Cyberlink, and neither one of those played the subtitles automatically. In there were actual options you could choose with the subtitles and the closed captioning. That's how I could see all the different options. And you could turn them off. But for whatever reason, in my Blu-ray player, I could not turn the subtitles off. So, again, maybe just me, but it's just something to be aware of and to check. What else did I put a note here for? Okay, also on the back it says surround sound, but it's not. It says Dolby Surround. It might be Dolby, but it's not surround. It's just stereo, left and right channel. It's not surround sound. So, bummer. I didn't really expect it to be, honestly. That would take some doing, because I don't think we've ever had surround sound Rainbow Brite anything. So I wasn't really expecting it to be, but since it said it on the box, I was like, well, maybe it's not. And it does not say anywhere that it's remastered, so we weren't really expecting it to be, but I'll just verify again, it is not remastered. This is just, I'm not sure exactly the source they used, because there's several out there, but it's not like prettied up. The colors are actually muted a bit in comparison to some of my other sets. I always say the Mexican set is my favorite, and it still is, because the colors are so saturated and bright, and this one is not. But most of them are not, so whatevs. Okay, and the other thing, at the beginning of every episode, it's that stupid kid video, or kiddio video, whatever it was called, that little dude, that little cartoon character that we didn't know for years what the heck it was, and Renee finally found on YouTube or something. I think it's called Kiddio Video. And it's just the intro from the television. It used to show that before the episode would show. But he's on here! He's not a Rainbow Brite character. It like says, your Rainbow Brite sparkles across, and then there's that kid with the goggles going, ah, and then it starts. And it has the long intro on every single episode. It's not the short television intro with the little theme song with, you know, going through the clouds, Rainbow Brite and Twink. Okay, start. It's the long one that kind of tells you the whole backstory. Into a land filled with darkness came a little girl. That one. Which is, I feel like you would have to just keep skipping it, because it's kind of long. Like, I don't want to watch that every single time I put on an episode. But I'm sure you can just fast forward, whatever. Kids probably won't care. This is just me being nitpicky. I just want you to have all the details. I'm not trying to tell you not to buy this. I definitely think you should buy this. It's worth buying. It's super cheap, especially for a 2-disc set with all the episodes. I'm just saying I would not have minded it being a little more expensive if they had put a bit more work into it. A few more features, at least a better menu that's not just a picture with text that you select. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I had in my notes. So that's all the bad stuff, but like I said, the good stuff, the good thing is that it's here, that it exists, because we've been wanting this for so stinking long, and it's here, and now everybody can watch Rainbow Brite that wants to watch Rainbow Brite. Adults, kids, everybody, grandparents, well, that goes under adults, you know what I mean, from 100 to 1 to, well, people are living over 100 now, from 1 to 200 years old, everybody can enjoy Rainbow Brite. So that part is fantastic, and I'm super happy about that, especially with all this new merchandise that has been coming out over the last 2 years. There are a lot of kids that like the dolls, and they even have a few, but they haven't been able to watch the episodes, or they've only been limited to watching them on YouTube or something like that. So I'm thrilled that this is going to make it more accessible to more people to watch through their DVD or Blu-ray player. So a kid can just stick the disc in and press play, and boom, done. So that's fantastic. All of that is wonderful, and that it has the closed captioning and the subtitles, that's fantastic. I know a lot of people really need those, and that's going to make this much more enjoyable for them. So, if I was going to score it, I'm not going to score it. That's silly. It doesn't need scoring. I'm just saying I wish it was a little, kind of like I wish there was, you know, more deluxe itty bitties with all the embroidery. I kind of wish now there was like a deluxe DVD set with fancy menus and remastering and surround sound, and that's just me being greedy because I want all the things. But hopefully this will sell well, and it will show Warner Brothers that people want the movie as well, because we do. We want that re-released. It was released back in 2004, and it has not been re-released since. It's been out of print for ages, and it's really hard to find. So now that we have the episodes, they totally need to re-release the movie, Star Stealer. Hopefully that will happen. But I really am glad. I do apologize that I get kind of negative sometimes when I start dissecting things I don't like about a thing. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy and tell y'all, this is horrible, don't get it. It's not that at all. I'm just, I hold Hallmark to a high standard because they are a good company and they do release high quality things. So it's just when something doesn't quite live up to that, I get a little disappointed. And I have to tell them and you and everyone why, apparently. But overall, it's great. You should get it. It should be out soon. I think you're going to love it, and your kids are going to love it, and everybody's going to love it. It's great. I'm just so glad that all the episodes are finally out for everyone to enjoy, or will be soon. You know what I mean? So I think that's everything. God, how did I go this long just for 2 items? I'm sorry. Yeah, this is all I know of so far that is coming out for the rest of the year. I don't know of anything else that's coming out between now and the end of the year, but if I hear of anything, see anything, I will, of course, let you know. And I do still have another merch haul, at least one, to do that I will try to get to really soon. But thank you guys for sticking with me through this long one, and let me know what you guys think of LaLa Orange and the DVDs and the episodes and all the things. All the things. Cool. Awesome. I'm gonna go now because I'm totally rambling for no reason. Have a rainbow day. Bye.